earlier in the week and said it was done, and today works for me to come pick it up. So pretty excited about that. He sent me some pictures. It looks awesome. And maybe I'll give you a little tour of his shop. Talk to Brian about that. Brian Dobson is the taxidermist that did my sheep for me. And when I got my sheep, I asked several people about who to use for the Bighorn Sheep mount, and everybody's first choice was Brian Dobson. So that's where I'm headed today. That's who I used. I got another taxidermist friend of mine that has done some great work for me on some cats and some deer, and chose Brian for my sheep. So really excited about that. And once we get back, I'll give you a tour of the hunt room, my exercise room, show you the deer, maybe explain some of them because there's no actual videos on them. So here we are, headed to Edmonton.
Another red light, it don't care. That's 5 in a row, keeping us from somewhere. I can't stop thinking about getting out of
California.
Not like what we are used to.
Right,
You know?
really wide.
A little tighty.
Yeah.
Another one here, I don't know what, I can't remember what zone this is.
Oh, is that ever tight?
Yeah.
And then you still got your, or did the big one finally go away?
Yeah, that big one finally, at the sheep show last year, we got rid of it. That
Oh, okay.
big size that was here for 3 years.
Huh.
Yeah, so whatever you wanna do, I got.
Do you ever take a day off?
Well, just like I said, I don't mind coming in on a Saturday or something if I'm around. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Well, I sure appreciate it. A bit of Brian's shop here. Stuff on the go. That's what I'm going for this fall, is moose. There's mine there. Pretty cool. Just to see that difference.
Yeah. And you know, the guys are seeing these things from a few hundred yards away, you know, and making a decision from that close, you know. And we're looking at it like right here.
Yeah, and it still looks close. Yeah. Huh.
But it is what it is.
And where'd this come from?
That's a Mongolian ibex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. All right, we're all loaded up. Headed home. So, just on my way back from Brian's, had a good visit with him. And he didn't want to be on camera, so I just did some recording in there. But it's a little bit of a shop and some of the other mounts. You can see my sheep's here behind me. I'm strapped in, and then when I get home, I'll mount them up on the wall and show you guys the rest of the exercise room / trophy room. So I just got home, and here's my exercise room behind me here. Rhonda just helped me pack the sheep in, and I've got to do some rearrangements to find where I'm going to put him. I know where I'm going to put him, but I got to do some changes. / trophy room. And here it is. I'll start with the deer up here on my left. Call him the crown deer. We nicknamed him that. He's got a crown of thorns on his head. He's 11 by 11 and scores 183 gross. And I shot him on the ranch behind the house quite a few years ago now, probably 12, maybe 15 years ago. And I actually shot this deer on the ranch too, similar spot, and 3 years before the crown deer. And that deer is 180 gross as well. He's got a kicker at the back. He's got 3 brow tines on each side, and another little kicker on the inside of that horn. He's really got heavy mass. Then we'll go to this mule deer that I shot up where I'm from. A buddy of mine took me up there, guided me around where he grew up. Same big area, but anyway, my buddy Lee helped me get him. And pretty nice mule deer. He's nice and even. I think he's 177 gross score. Now that same hunt that we took a week together to go do that, we shot this wolf, Lee and I, together on the first day of that hunt. We drove into this lease site and there was 2 wolves. We didn't get a shot at one, and then I shot this one, and Lee got a couple bullets in him too. That's a female. Decided to go with a full mount because it was a unique white. Set up here on these good shed of deer antlers that my dad had found when he was riding horses, exercising his pickup horses, by an old fence. And this fence was found on the ranch too. This is like 1870s barbed wire, handmade barbed wire that they used right up until 1910-ish. Then we'll go to, this is just an elk that my dad shot at the neighbor's place. I've taken a couple elk, but never any bulls, just some cows. And then we'll go to the cats. This is a bobcat that I got in Texas with Lee, where he was working at a ranch at the time. And then this be south of Del Rio, Texas. And then this lynx, and here's them side by side. So if you know what 2 male species look like side by side, that are pretty normal size, pretty average, maybe just a tick above average. This lynx my nephew Garrett got for me on his trap line. And then in the trophy room, of course, I got my gun safe here with all my guns. And then this closet's full of my hunting gear as well. And then, other than the ram itself, one of my favorite spots is this here, and that's me and my brother when we got that sheep last year. And then previous to that year, Curtis and I getting his sheep in the same area. Pretty cool hunts right there. And then a knife my buddy made for me. Dale made that for me. And then some fossils and some coral that were found on the mountain on the way to that sheep that Curtis and I shot, and the one that I shot with my brother. Of course, got my bow, taking a few deer with it, nothing spectacular. And then, yeah, the exercise room, I work out. Try to get in 4 days a week with regular routine. A little bit of cardio, Bowflex, weights. And then of course my favorite right here. So, got to keep in shape to climb the mountains. So, like I said, Brian did an amazing job. And all the rubbing. Pretty cool to see 6.5-year-old ram. Half mount, kind of hidden. See his hose in there. Rock, a little bit of snow. Sitting on a rock ledge. And he's 24 inches wide from tip to tip if anybody wants to know. Pretty cool. Thanks for joining me today with going to get my ram at Brian's at Artistic Taxidermy. It was a pretty surreal day for me to be able to bring him home again. Not as much as the day I got him with my brother, and even the whole hunt that week with Curtis. Just if you want to see the hunt, you can go back to my video, scroll down, you'll see a picture of the ram with me. Watch that video, and then Curtis spent the first 7 days of that 10-day hunt with me before my brother came in. And he's in that video as well. And then if you want to see Curtis's ram that's in the picture over there, scroll down again a little further in there, and maybe I'll link them right here too. At the end of the video, I'll try and put one up here, maybe here. Thanks for joining me. This is my trophy room, my exercise room. But really it's a room of memories. I can think of, you know, stuff that happened on those hunts, and the good times we had, and the struggles we had, and the weather, and getting lost in the snow because we couldn't see in front of our face and missing the trail, and how heavy this guy was, and Curtis's was, to pack out all that meat and all that cape on the back of 2 packs. You know, we probably had 150 pounds. My brother probably had 150 pounds in his pack, and I probably had 120 in mine because he was nice and took more than me. And just a little funny things that would happen along the way. And you know, it's when you see somebody's trophy room, it's not really a trophy. It's, in my opinion, it's a room of memories. And I'm very lucky and blessed to be able to go and hunt animals like this. And we use them too. We eat the meat. You know, if you're gonna hunt, my dad always said, if you're gonna shoot something, you make sure you eat it. And we do. We utilize the meat. So we're not just after the big antlers. Yeah, it's great to have big antlers and unique antlers, but the stories and utilizing the meat. So thanks for joining me. We'll have a little more videos coming up. Hand season's delayed because of rain and smoke and high humidity. Been doing some maintenance on that. Put a little video together for that. If you want to keep up with me and Rhonda on the ranch, click the subscribe button down here, please. It helps out a lot. And so we got a video of that coming out. Cattle, we're still moving them around from pasture to pasture. A little boring there. I haven't really made any videos about that. But this fall, Curtis and I, possibly a couple other friends, maybe my brother, we're going back to my brother's cabin, hunting moose. And you'll see a video down in there, snowmobiling to my brother's cabin. Well, I'm going back to that area in the fall to hunt moose, and I'll make a video of that. So stay tuned for that. Hit the subscribe button.